Hi there and welcome to Gaining Vision. I'm Melanie. I wanted to start off by thanking those of you who have subscribed to the channel. And if you're new, welcome. And please don't forget to hit subscribe before you leave. As always, please don't forget to like and share. I've been doing Gaining Vision since March, since lockdown began. And I think it's time that you and I have a heart-to-heart. You guys know that I'm blind, you know I had a stroke, all those fun things, but I thought I would give you an insight into a day through my eyes. What goes into being me? And the reason for that is I think it's important. A lot of people have questions about what it's like to be blind, what it's like to only have use of one side of your body. So I thought I'd just take an opportunity to share some of the things that I go through on a daily basis. So the number one question I get is, what do you actually see? So long and short of it, I see nothing out of the left eye. Lights and shapes, I guess maybe that's being very, very optimistic. And my right eye, I see things pretty clearly close up. I use Zoom text on my computer, which enlarges everything so I can read emails, I can read documents. It also has a speech screen reader feature. My iPhone has accessibility features turned on where I use voiceover and it reads to me. Siri and I have a love-hate relationship. She doesn't always listen to me. But having poor vision makes things difficult. Simple things as getting around, I use a white cane, to picking up my clothes. I hope for the best, but I do have these really neat gadgets that identify the colors that I wear. Making sure that I look half decent, I do my best, and then I always have my great husband to count on to make sure he makes sure I look half decent before I leave the house. Cooking can be dangerous. It also can be messy, but you learn to adapt. I'm very independent in the sense that I work, I run a charity, and I am very involved in Toastmasters. All of that has been done on accommodations, whether it's the computer equipment that I use or what I've learned to accommodate for myself. So being able to advocate for what I need, being able to change things for as far as timing so that it allows me enough time to do. Last night, I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the washroom and boom, walked right into the wall. I'd like to say it was that I was asleep, but no, it was the vision. So in the dark, I see nothing. When it's light out, I can see better as long as the sun is not right in my eyes. There's so many other things with the vision. What I have to be careful is I don't have depth perception because I only see out of the one eye. So stairs can be a challenge and new surroundings can be very scary if I don't know. Using my white cane, I'm usually okay, but my husband will attest to it. I panic when I go new places because I'm not sure of where things are. That's where the planning comes in. I plan everything so I know how I'm getting from point A to B, and then when I get there, I know where the washrooms are, I know what I need to do, and the types of seats there are, all of those things. So that's the vision. But only having use of one hand. So my left arm is still partially paralyzed. I have no fine motor in the left hand, so I have to do everything with one hand. Thank goodness I'm right-handed. So I can write, I can do things, and my right arm is definitely stronger. The left one plays an assistant role, let's say. It helps with lifting things or trying to do things with two hands. But one thing I regret being told in the hospital after the stroke, use it or you'll lose it. And that's absolutely true. So because I didn't use my left hand as much as I did my right, it didn't come back as quick as that. So this is challenging for getting dressed, for holding on things, for picking things up, and for doing everyday things that you would do with two hands. Again, you learn to accommodate, but it is challenging. It takes me a lot longer to do certain things. And there's things that I can't do at all. One thing I've found is to be resilient and to find things, think outside the box, what's going to work best for me. A lot of people will say, oh, you don't look blind, or you don't look like your left hand doesn't work. But the reality is you learn to hide them, you learn to compensate, And not that it's going to hold me back from doing anything that I really want to do. As I mentioned, I get creative, I think outside the box, and I find different ways that'll work for me. So what does that mean? It just means that it's me. It means things are different. And perhaps, when my husband says, look at the camera, I'm like, where's the camera? And I may not see it. I may not have perfect eye contact with you every time I speak with you. But I do my best, and I try my very best to make sure that people don't always notice. So when people say, you don't look blind, so, oh, thank you. But it is part of who I am. Every day is a challenge. Every day is an opportunity. That's the way I have to look at it. There's nothing that I can't do other than drive if I put my mind to it. As I mentioned, I'm a planner, but I also get easily distracted. So I have to learn to focus on one thing at a time and do it well. This takes practice and it takes encouragement. Having to adapt to who I am after the stroke was a long process. It didn't happen overnight. I may be comfortable with who I am now. I'm not saying I don't have those days that I hate being blind or I wish I had both hands that worked. But the reality is I love who I am. And everybody has special gifts and talents and abilities. And sometimes it takes something tragic, like losing your vision or eyesight, let's say, not vision, because nobody loses their vision. Losing your eyesight or losing use of one side of your body to make you realize the other gifts and talents you have. If you have something that's challenging for you, how do you overcome it? What do you do to accommodate your life? You might not, and you might be interested and have questions about what it's like to be blind or paralyzed on one side. I'm happy to answer any questions if you want to put them in the comments. The reality is it's part of who I am. It's not who I am. And I love who I am. So it's good. But I just thought, seeing we had this really great relationship now that you've been tuning in to all my episodes, it was time for me to let you know what a day in my life looked like. Love to hear about what a day in your life is all about too. Looking for people to talk to share their stories. And again, please reach out to me. Love to chat. Until next time, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share, and we'll catch you next time.